Hi friends, my name is Katie Robinson with the Full Bucket Vlogs. So today is actually kind of a fun video I have planned for you guys. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about, I guess, the name of my vlog channel. So most vloggers have channels that are their names, I think, or their family name or whatnot. And mine, I really chose to go with the Full Bucket Vlogs. And so I'm going to tell you a little bit about the name and why I chose it and what it means to me. So, the Full Bucket Vlogs, it kind of came out of a conversation with my girlfriend and my husband. I was talking a lot, like one of my biggest things in life, one of the things that's most important to me is finding joy and seeking joy in the everyday. I really think joy is something that you can have no matter what is going on in your life or your current circumstances. It's something that although happiness is dependent on your happenings, you can have joy in all situations, no matter what's going on. And this isn't just coming from someone that has drunk the Kool-Aid and like nothing ever happens to me. Like I've been through some really serious stuff in my life that I'm sure I will bring up to you guys in future situations. And even in the worst times of my life, like I've been able to find joy amidst the trauma and the struggles and all of that. So I think that, you know, happiness is something that's so dependent on material objects and status and popularity and all of these really shallow things in our current society. We live in such a materialistic, instant gratification world, and joy is kind of like the opposite fighter of all of that. So joy is something that's present in, you know, the littlest things in our world. It's the small things that we can choose to ignore in our everyday, or we can choose to notice and appreciate and let them change our countenance and our, you know, way of moving through the world. One example that I give is like I was having a really hard time my first year of grad school, and I was living all alone, like far away from all of my family or friends, very lonely, and really struggling financially, like everything. And I got a puppy, and that puppy is now my yellow lab, Daisy Mae. Everyone's always like, oh, puppies are so great, but that was my puppy. But everyone's like, oh, puppies are so great, but they are cute and cuddly and they bring you a lot of joy, but like they're not just an instant fix to things. Like literally I was waking up every 3 hours to take this dog out so that I could properly potty train her and make sure she didn't have an accident. I was sleep deprived on top of everything else. I think in my first year I spent over $1,400 in veterinary bills on this puppy. Like, and that's not even the cost of the dog. Like they're not easy and automatic fun fuzzy fur balls that are just cuddly. Like that's the puppies that you see when you go to someone else's house and you pet their puppy, but it's not you taking care of the puppy. So it really isn't, it's not like having a puppy isn't an automatic quick fix at all. What I did want to kind of share with you guys was a little anecdote. I, you know, was in this situation in grad school, and I let Daisy out to go to the bathroom in the morning, and the grass had just been cut, but for some reason there was like one dandelion that was like sticking way above the rest of the grass. Somehow I guess it had gotten like pushed down and not chopped off, and Daisy was like enamored with this dandelion, so she would like jump up to it, and then she'd like swat at it, and it'd like bend over and pop right back up, and she'd be like jump back, and then she'd like jump forward and like kind of hit the dandelion and like jump back. And it was the cutest little thing. And it I was looking at this and I was like, first of all, like, why is she doing this? Like, it's so weird. And then I was looking at how much joy it was bringing this dog, and also like just the fact that it's literally a weed that is like making her so happy. And it's the fact that this one weed didn't get cut down and like totally transformed my morning. Just like one actually opening my eyes to see that moment and then letting it make me smile. And so I think like one of my biggest missions in life, I guess, is to encourage people to find joy in the everyday. That's why I love getting girls outside in nature and, you know, teaching people to appreciate the beauty that is all around us. And so that's like really a big part of my life and is kind of part of what inspired the Full Bucket. So then I was talking to my girlfriend about stuff before my wedding, and my bucket was real low, people. Like, I was stressed. I was like not having a good time, going through final exams in grad school, like running 2 businesses, like just, it was really hard. And my girlfriend and I were talking about how we think there's things in our life like that fill us up more, and things that like drain us, and we need people in our lives that are willing to encourage the things that fill us up and like push us to pursue those things and like bring out that spirit in us, whether we, you know, love hiking or going to concerts or like whatever it is. You need people surrounding you that like push you to do things that fill you up, make you joyful, stuff like that, instead of people that are toxic and drain you. Like, you can't have people that make you sad all the time in your life. Get rid of them. So first of all, so I was talking to her about this, and then I came home and I talked to Michael about it, and he was like, yeah, like it's this whole, like, it's like you have a bucket, and I think, you know, we were talking back and forth, and it really just kind of became this creative, like, thought bouncing session. I was like, yeah, it's like you have this bucket and you need people that like fill it instead of people that empty it. And then he said, yeah, it's a lot like that glass half full, glass half empty kind of thing. Like, you are a person like with a bucket, and we need people in our life that like fill that up to overflowing instead of like empty it or bring it down to halfway. So that's kind of where I was like, wow, like I love that. Like, I think we all need to do things in our life, however simple they may be, that fill our bucket, whether that's making a cup of tea and just sitting and being mindful, looking out your window and like enjoying your tea, or putting on Gilmore Girls for 15 minutes while you're doing your makeup. Like, whatever it is like that you need to fill your bucket, call your girlfriend and take 10 minutes out of your day to just like make her feel good. You know, that's like the giving paradox, and like making other people happy makes you happy and whatnot. We can talk about that in another video, but literally, like, you need to fill your bucket every day, whatever that looks like. And so I wanted to kind of create a space, I guess, that did that, or talked about things that encouraged people to do that. So I, on my Instagram, have been sharing stuff for a really long time, kind of a mix of my photography work, and also, I guess, in the captions, really, I'm just trying to inspire and empower women every day. And that has grown from empowering women to empowering women that they can have it all, whether that is family and job and passions and whatever that looks like. I am very much someone that is not limited by a box. I am not a photographer. I am not a YouTube vlogger. I am not a wife, a dog mom, a baker, a graphic designer, like any of these things, neuroscientist, psychologist. Like, I'm all those things, you know. I'm literally all those things combined simultaneously, which is also why my brain is like, you know, I'm losing it half the time, but it's like the way I would want it. I wouldn't want it any other way. But I've been sharing kind of my heart with my Instagram community for a really long time, and over time a lot of people said that sharing this in a video format on YouTube would be a really great way to kind of share my message as well. And some of the things that I'm passionate about are empowering women, and, you know, healthy relationships, and, you know, family, DIY, lifestyle content, and all of that, adventuring. Like, girls can be adventurers, be like wild, amazing souls, and all of this. So that's kind of like how I created this full bucket community, I guess you could say. So I really do believe that we each have buckets. Like, this is my bucket, you know, and you have your bucket, and I hope that some of my inspiration fills your bucket every once in a while, or at least you're not as lonely like watching my videos, and knowing that we are friends in this community. And also, like, you guys sharing stuff with me in the comments, and you guys watching my videos, and you guys giving me feedback on what you want to see, you guys tagging me in your Instagram stories and sharing something you love, like, that fills my bucket. Like, it's really, really hard as a creator, which is kind of really one of my bigger titles as a photographer and entrepreneur, to create and like pour all of this out. Like, as a creator, you are taking your heart and pouring it out to people. And like, when no one says anything, or like people don't like it. Like usually the people that say something to you are the people that don't like it, and that's really bummy sometimes and really hard, and you pick yourself up by your bootstraps and you keep creating. And that's like, I luckily am resilient enough to keep doing that. But if you guys have anything positive, fill my bucket, like please, I'm here. I would really appreciate it. And so that's part of it. I try to end like almost all of my vlogs with find joy, spread love, and seek adventure. And these are all things that I think fall under like the Full Bucket Vlogs mission. So I've explained the finding joy thing to you guys already. The spread love is kind of part of like who I am and my like spiritual beliefs. So I am a Christian, and I'm someone that really believes that we share our faith with the world by spreading love and loving others, like no matter what that looks like. And I definitely fail at this every day. Like I am so imperfect, and I actually am like really bad at this, but I try. Like, and I think that's the key is as Christians, like we aren't supposed to be perfect people that love everyone. We are supposed to pick ourselves up every single day and commit to trying to do better than the day before. So by acknowledging that we have a relationship with Jesus Christ, it's not at all something that is like a get out of jail free card that is like, oh, okay, well, I made mistakes and Jesus loves me, so you know what, like, it's okay. Well, the reality is God does forgive us through the sacrifice of Jesus, like by acknowledging that. But if you are actually someone that has accepted the Holy Spirit, which is really just for people that aren't Christians, a conscience, like it's a feeling of right or wrong about actions and things. If you have accepted that into your heart and soul, and you've accepted Christ and God, that kind of like Trinity relationship, you absolutely need to be living a life in pursuit of basically the character of Jesus. You need to be trying to act more and more like him with every single day that you live. And so if you're not doing that, like you got a lot more problems than the rest of us, you know, like if you've accepted that and you are you know, continuing to murder people and, you know, saying, oh, well, it's okay, like Jesus loves me. That's not how this works. But there is a verse in 1 John that says, basically, I'm gonna like summarize it for you guys, but it says that God, you know, showed his love to the world by giving us his son. And because his son is no longer here on earth, the only way that people can see God's love manifest in the world is through the people that believe in him sharing his love, spreading his love, and doing things that demonstrate his love throughout the world. So that's, I guess, kind of what I try to do every day, is kind of share that love with people that need it. I need it. We all need it. We all need love, period. One of my favorite verses is love covers over a multitude of sins. So literally, like, love is something that if people had more love and less hate in the world, I really think we wouldn't have so many of the wars, fights, political debates, like everything that's going on in the world. If we just did things with an umbrella of love over it, I think we would achieve a lot more, and people of diverse backgrounds would be able to transcend their limitations and kind of the structural framework that they're stuck in. So that is the spread love. And then the final thing is seek adventure. So seek adventure actually isn't just as, I guess, explicitly understood as it initially comes off. Seek adventure is something that, like, if you know me at all, you know, oh, Katie's a rock climber and a backpacker and a skier, and like, I've caved before. I, you know, have done literally so many outdoor adventurous things, like I can't even say, scuba dived, like all these things. But obviously I want you guys to like seek adventure. I think seeking adventure is something that allows us to get off of our butts and aids in that seeking of joy. It doesn't have to be outside. It can be many different kinds of adventure. It could be the adventure of having a baby. It could be the adventure of, like, you know, starting a women's shelter, like whatever it looks like to you. It could be the adventure of like stepping out, being brave, and starting a baking blog because you make awesome cakes. Sierra, I'm shouting out at you. You know, but whatever it looks like, there are so many ways to seek adventure in your life, and seeking that adventure like puts you out of your comfort zone and into a place where you can actually discover so much more about yourself, about others, and share what you have with the world. If we take in all of this knowledge and we keep it to ourselves, like, how are we making the world a better place? We have to make the world a better place. We have to seek things, learn, grow. And I think that's always like, the Seek Adventure is in part a commitment to perpetual learning and growth and seeing new things and learning more about new people and new cultures and new places. And for me, it's definitely things like, you know, hiking or discovering the best camping places in a new area and whatnot. But it's also like, you know, even just seeking out the best coffee shops around you, like whatever Seek Adventure looks like, be brave, be bold, and go out and find something that puts you out of your comfort zone, out of the norm of your everyday. And I think you'll have a really good experience. And if not, you'll have really great stories. So either way, it's a win-win. The only other thing I wanted to share with you guys, I guess, is that again, like, I hope you join me on this journey. I hope you understand why I called it the Full Bucket Vlogs now. And I hope that some of this inspires you a little bit to join me and, you know, tell your friends about this and tell me what you want to hear. Tell me if you want to hear faith stuff, if you want to hear wedding stuff, if you want to hear relationship stuff, mental health tips, whatever. I am here for you to share my little bit of knowledge with the world and help you out and be your friend. So with that, if you can hit the subscribe button and tap the little bell and leave me a comment below, I would really appreciate it. I love you guys, and I'm so grateful to have you in my life. So I will see you later. Bye.